we are coming down to the end of our line here, but I just wanted to quickly show what the workflow of this stuff looks like. And Bonnie, you'll appreciate this. Because when you were talking this morning about all of the things that you have to do with video, we're already strapped. Each of you is your own independent, you're a business, okay? And many of you are one-person shops in your business, and there's just not a lot of, it takes time to do a lot of this stuff. Generally, here's the development workflow for video. You got to have an idea, right? Okay? And it helps if you script that out a little bit, but at the very least, put them in bullets so you can speak to each of the bullets, okay? You got to do the studio setup. Now, studio setup, I use that kind of parenthetically because studio can be nothing more than your camera and a tripod, okay? Or a camera and tripod and lighting, okay? Or if you're outdoors, it's just camera and tripod and audio, okay, like that. So we're not creating, again, the next sequel for Avatar, so you don't need all of the other folks and spend $50,000. It's just basically your basic stuff. But it still needs to be set up, okay? Then you got to record, all right? Someone has to push the record button. You have to do the talking. Someone has to hold maybe, or you have to prop up the speaking points that you're going to have so you can speak to that, okay? So that all has to be created. Then you got to upload all of that stuff to your computer, okay? And depending on what computer and what editor you use and what camera you have, okay, that can be a little quirky. Flips, the flip camera and the Kodak ZI-8 work great for this because they'll kind of walk you through that whole process there, all right? Then you got to do the editing, okay? Put the transitions, the nice little filters. Then you got to upload all of that stuff to YouTube. Then from there you got to transcribe, you don't have to, but it helps to transcribe. This is where I was kind of getting, that came up here. What's your name, I'm sorry? Diane. So Diane brought up a great point. But basically, you take your script, that now becomes a transcription for your video. That can be your blog post. Now Google and all these search engines will now be able to index the words that are associated with your video. It doesn't technically find your video, but it finds the words associated with your video, and that's just as good, okay? So you can transcribe the video that you upload to YouTube, transcribe that so it goes on your blog, okay? Then you got to post it on your blog, and then you also have to write all that descriptive stuff on YouTube, the tags, do all that tagging and all that stuff. Oh my God, why would anyone want to do video? That's a lot of work. Okay, so here's how I do rapid development workflow. You look at it another way, okay? And you overlay this thing. The part that you focus on, you gotta get to a point to outsource some of these things. And when I say outsource to an assistant or the video person and the assistant can actually be the same person, okay? And they don't have to be people that you pay. Get your nephew or your niece or who's going through college or whatever. Or my lovely wife does a great job as being my my assistant sometimes as well. She does some of the transcriptions for me. Cheap labor. Exactly, you just said it. But basically, what you want to focus on then is you generate the idea. You got to hang around to be this talking head maybe for the recording piece, okay? But then all you do is you let somebody else do this, and you wait around to receive the final edited version of this thing, okay? And then you maybe do the upload to YouTube, and maybe initially write the copy that is the description, because you know the social media. You know the key optimization terms that you want to optimize for, okay? And then you let somebody else transcribe it and post it on your blog. Okay, so that's the time that we have right now. I'm getting the high sign here, but these are, we can talk about some of the other stuff if you're going to be around in the 1:15 session.